What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Mr. ADOS Dunn. Welcome to Black Entrepreneur Survival Guide. Today's topic is Jemele Hill and her article in which she states that black college athletes should leave white schools and go to historical black colleges and universities. Now, on the surface, this sounds like a hell of an idea. When you think about it, it makes perfect sense. Possibly they will get treated fairly. They're going to get the same education. There are studies that shows there's no different education. And maybe they'll have the same opportunities in life, and maybe they'll actually be playing for black coaches that actually care about their success outside of what they can do athletically. Here's the issue. And I'm going to tell you my experience as a collegiate athlete, someone that played football for quite some time and had some success. So I never actually liked football. My entire goal with playing football was to attain wealth. You see, I didn't get interested in the football until my dad actually got me to watch a couple of games, and I was curious as to see how much these professional athletes were making. And when I saw the salaries and I saw how the fans adored them, that was why I was interested in football. And my story is just like everyone else's. For the most part, no one is actually playing football because they desire to actually run their head against individuals full steam or put on shoulder pads and run in 100-degree weather, even freezing temperatures, to brutalize their body and end up with a life of pain. You see, the ultimate goal for any football player, any athlete for that matter, is to make it to the pros. Now, you may say it's common sense that only 0.004% of collegiate football players actually make it to the NFL, and that's actually true. However, in everyone's brain, they're going to be the next NFL standout, the next star. They're going to buy their mama a house, especially in the black community. Here's why. Unfortunately, because we do not own any industry, the powers that be, the dominant society, the white society, they tend to propagandize and promote these black entertainers such as athletes, musicians, etc., and they make them the faces of our communities and tell us we can be the next them. When the reality shows that these numbers are extremely small, minute, and obsolete, common sense would tell you that that is an impossibility. However, the greatest thing that the black community has is hope. Hope is the thing that guides us through. Hope is the thing that tells you to live another day, not take up a life of crime, in hopes for a better future. Think about what the preachers tell you as far as the afterlife. You may be living a life of suffrage now, but your hope and your happiness is going to come when you pass away. Fast forward to 2019, we are in an age of enlightenment. Those philosophies should be buried, and they are ridiculous. The fact of the matter is, you are guaranteed a life of pain if you play football for a significant amount of time. You are almost guaranteed not to make it to any successful level as far as professional status as a football player, basketball player, baseball player, soccer player, tennis player. The list goes on. You must understand that in order for the machine to continue to function, the multi-billion-dollar industry that the NCAA and NFL is, they must continue to excite, and get the talent to want to play and to take part of this, because without the talent, no one would actually watch it. It's a modern-day battle royale where you took the black youth, tied their hands behind their back or one hand behind their back, blindfolding them, see who survives, the survival of the fittest. This is modern-day Coliseum, gladiators brawling, the lowest class of people fighting for their piece of the pie, fighting for that elusive $1 million check, fighting for that lifetime of happiness, the pursuit of happiness. But the fact is that these powers fully understand that without the black athlete, without the fastest, the strongest, the most electrifying people on the field, on the court, there would be no sport. Their revenue streams would die. With that being said, this is why the black college athlete goes to the white school, because he knows that if he goes to the white school, the Alabamas, the Floridas, the UCLAs, no matter how sorry the school is, he knows that the limelight, the spotlight would actually be on him, because that is where he's going to get the most exposure, because the white people are the ones that hold the wealth in this country, and they are the ones that are going to give him his shot. The reason why you don't see a lot of historically black college and university football players and basketball players go to the next level in this day and age is because there's too much competition. They simply do not have the money, the facilities, or the network to boost those players. So that makes it very difficult. So logically, a black athlete is going to say, I'm going to go where I can get the most opportunity. That's number one. The second thing you must understand is Mr. Antonio Moore of Tone Talk so eloquently puts, life is about plugs and outlets. Going to college to get the degree is your plug. But if you do not have an outlet, which is your social capital, your social network to plug that knowledge in, you'll be like the many, many, many people that have went to college for 4, 8, 12 years, and they work at a call center. You see, those boosters at those big-time white colleges actually they're the CEOs of the world. They're the business owners of the world in industry. They're the ones that can give you the wink and a gun to a future outside of football. Unfortunately, if you do your indentured servitude as a professional, as a NCAA collegiate athlete, and you don't make it to the NFL, if those boosters like you, they can actually give you a job and an opportunity. Now, we can't say the same for black colleges and universities, because the reality is we are largely a wealthless group. Those are facts. You must understand that the top 5% of our group is only worth $350,000 of hard assets, and that is largely in the hands of baby boomers, 401ks, and pension holders. That simply means they do not have liquid cash. All of our wealth is in the top 10%, which means we have a bottom 90%, which is why you have your FAFSA, your Pell Grant, your Stafford loans, all these loans people have to get from the black colleges, which is why the lines are so long at the damn bursar. A lot of people, the bursar is the place where you go get your monies for your food, your housing, books, school, etc. People often knock black colleges and say, why are the lines so long there at the bursar? What is wrong with you guys? Well, that's because everybody is essentially on welfare. The welfare is coming from the government, the Pell Grants and the check, just so they can get the board and room paid for so they can stay in school. The white colleges is not the same. Many of those people are well off and can write a check and pay for it semester by semester. You have to understand the wealth position to understand why we even want to go to these schools. Better yet, why we even want to play these sports. If we were a wealthy group, we would be the ones in the stands. We would be the boosters. We would be the ones running the schools, watching someone else destroy their body for entertainment while we drink our beer. It is time for you to understand that these baseless, stupid-ass articles from people that are just trying to stay relevant need to be dug deep into. She doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. She's a sports reporter. She needs to continue to report on sports, who can run faster, and the statistics. This is bigger than just saying, oh, you black kids should just not go to white colleges. I don't condone playing football. I hate the sport. I hate what it does to our bodies. I hate the fact that the only reason we play is because we want to get wealthy. I think it's bullshit. But the reality is, if they want the best chance outside of football, as far as the outlet to plug that education in, it is a possibility that going to that big-ass school with the big-ass boosters that are CEOs and own the corporations is their best option. I know you're going to say, well, most of them come out dumb as they went in. That's a fact. So do the white ones. That's why they had the college cheating scandal, the SAT cheating scandal. Just look it up. There's a reason for all of that. It's plain and simple. It's not about the knowledge you have. It's who you know and where you can plug your knowledge into. Who's going to give you the job? Who's going to give you your foot in the door? This has never been about being the brightest.